This is a video of the places that held the most significance to me throughout my time studying at the University of Illinois. If I knew you in college, you are likely part of this video in some way, but I won't mention your name. The you that I speak of in this will apply to you only if you know it. You'll see. I always return back to the quad. The Union Courtyard, days in the sun, on the grass reading with friends. It felt the most college. We watched the lunar eclipse from here and saw a senior sunrise with only 2 seniors. But where it really all began was Lincoln Avenue residence halls. With a random roommate and a corner double, I thought I was set up for success. However, freshman year was one of the hardest times for me. It started when I ate heart-shaped Cheerios with you on the porch at 4 a.m. After that, the need for validation gripped me, dug into me, and remained. It also started when I tested my limits on that 3rd day and you kissed someone else. I'll remember the imprints of rocks on my knees from that alleyway forever. Whenever I pass by that house, I still think of you. I'll remember the sticky, alcohol-coated frat basement floors, the 100% humidity, the time you thought you got spiked. Not all of freshman year was tinged with mistaken glances and left-on reds. We laughed about the Lar volcano, now disappeared. We made devious licks from the dining halls. We discovered the boneless bike. We laid whisks to our necks. We played Genshin Impact during fire alarms. We hung out in the forest between Lar and Par, with the scent of weed wafting constantly through the air. I had a date on the banks of the Japan House pond. That day, I spilled my yogurt boba all over the stairwell. All this, and I haven't even touched academics. That's how it felt for me too, then. It was secondary to my social life. However, studying in the Lincoln Hall courtyard between classes with you felt magical. I was an anthropology major back then, and so were you. The quiet still gets to me. I got closer to you in Japanese history class first semester, in the SIF, and we soon found out that I had been texting back and forth with your partner for months. We all became friends, and you both are my closest college friends to this day. The engineering quad freshman year was full of late-night stargazes and emotional calls on the rocks near Boneyard Creek. You and I sat there one night and both put our arms through my cardigan because you were cold. Second semester, Gregory Hall became my home as I made the decision to transfer into history. I wouldn't know how much of a home it would be until junior year. The day before I was set to move out of my dorm, I met you. We sat on park benches, looked at the view rather than each other, and laughed. The day I arrived back on campus for sophomore year, we did the same. I probably laughed with you more than anyone. Locust Street. You were a bit of a pain, but I feel nostalgic for your sticky hardwood floors and carpeted bedroom all the same. Your loud weekends as students traverse to the bars through your alleyways, I could do without. We truly began to test all the cuisines of Green Street this year. Late nights at DP Dough and Insomnia Cookies, the only ice cream on campus we could get at Cocomero, Sushi Ichiban, which became a fast favorite and the cheapest sushi I've ever had. I liked going out to those places with you in particular. After seeing the first Circular Fashion Expo freshman year, I knew deep inside I needed to walk the runway next year. I mustered the courage second semester and had the time of my life. Thank you, the Fashion Network, for showing me that I can do hard things and that I love fashion. I began my internship as a social media and communications manager for the history department my junior year, and this is where Greg Hall really became my home. Meetings with my advisor, all my classes, they were here. But where I slept was a place on Healy Street. This gorgeous studio never felt quite like home, with all the open space and modern appliances, but the huge windows and live-in area were cozy enough. I attended my first classes as a secondary education minor this year. The education building, with its boxy architecture, held some of my favorite people. I loved the community of our cohort, 37 history majors who I could finally relate to. And our table of 4 was the best. The gay ADHD teaching alliance I never knew I needed. Now, under construction, junior year was when this overpriced grocery store really became my place. The comfort smell of expired fruits and 99s at the end of price tags will not be forgotten. I had lots of laughs with you all there. And maybe my favorite class I ever took, and the class I participated in the most, short stories. It took place here in Davenport, and one day we were outside in the grass. I loved your brusqueness, your ability to make me participate. I never knew I could enjoy short stories as much as I did after this class. This was my walk every day to the meditation retreat, one weekend that made me change everything. After this, I ended things with you and decided I would not go into teaching after training to become a teacher the last 3 years. Those decisions transformed me. While difficult, I am proud of myself for being brave and not sitting in comfort and sameness. A place that prevailed through all 4 years of my time here was Japan House. Cherry blossoms in the spring and orange leaves in the fall. Finally, nature. I came here in many dark moments to find my peace. You and I came here many times too, to stare into the pond at koi fish and turtles. You told me how badly you wanted a turtle. I thought it was sweet. You made me feel like a little kid again. For that, I am grateful. And now we're here, 2nd Street, senior year. I've always wanted to live overlooking this little park. This summer, I've sat here and read almost every day. First semester, I finally entered this magical building that I always wanted to check out. University High School, and I was the student observer. You and I grew close here. Our days spent complaining about the College of Education in the Union basement after class meant more to me than you ever knew. I had my last runway show with the Circular Fashion Expo. I bonded with you over my and your daughter's relationship troubles and new excitement as I slipped your complicated garments over my head. My legs always shook when I took the stage, but no one seemed to notice. Thank you for choosing me. The day of my final show, you brought me socks and a card. Another one of you brought me flowers. I danced with you that night and had the most fun I had in ages. The stress of student teaching took a lot from me. I fell in love with tennis again. After 4 years, I played consistently this summer. You got into it too and motivated me to keep playing game after game. I sat here often when the union seats were too full. Endings and beginnings happened here as well. I felt you growing distant and you growing too close. You know who you are, and now I know who I am too. Now we are back here, where it started. I am grateful for all of you. College was a primarily social time for me, a period of discovery. I have had the most profound experiences of my life here, and it's because of you. Thank you.